I'm now 10 days into my 75 hard challenge, and everything is almost on autopilot. Everything in the diary, and I follow the diary. I have good food and nutrition routine, but I need variety in nutrition. So here is what I eat in a day. Hey YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Séverine, and on this channel, I share my journey back to health, from obese to optimal health. I'm serious about this health transformation. At my age, results takes longer to achieve, so I'm here for the long term. I started at the end of November when I seriously started making conscious changes to my diet, and it's not been an easy ride, but here I am, 5 kilos lighter. This challenge is not a diet for me. It's not a quick way to lose weight in 75 days. It's a long-term project with the aim of building the right habits in terms of nutrition, in terms of exercise, in terms of lifestyle, but also mindset. Dieting is easy. It's all about restriction. It's a calorie in, calorie out model. But this leads to yo-yo dieting. So we've all lost weight and put back on the weight. But I'm not here for that today. I'm here for health. And health is not about restriction. Health is about adding what we need to add and removing what needs to be removed. It's about nourishing your body. It's about providing your body with the right nutrient. And then the body will rebalance itself and then get rid of the excess, meaning the fat and the toxins. Carnivore may seem like a fad diet. I get it. It was my first reaction. Except when you have an autoimmune condition, like I have, Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid autoimmune condition, there is no way to cure it. No medication, nothing can help with that but lifestyle. Then you keep an open mind with anything, even if it's really extreme. You might keep it under control, but you never know when you're going to get symptoms that are going to flare up, or when you're going to get another autoimmune condition. Because that's the thing, when you get one, it means that the body starts attacking itself and you're more likely to get another one and another one and another one. So for me, it's about making sure my symptoms are under control, especially because it's during perimenopause, but also preventing from getting another one. And I know that because I'm a nutritional therapist and I do my research very thoroughly. So back to the carnivore diet. You've got two options. The first one is to go all in from wherever you are to carnivore, or the second one is to transition. And that's what I did. Basically, in October last year, I started getting 100% gluten-free. And that's something that hadn't happened since 2021 when I was commissioned to write a book. Since then, I've always struggled to get back into 100% gluten-free, but now here I am. In December, I started reducing and cutting all the sugars and sweeteners and cakes and cookies and biscuits and anything basically sweets. Then January, I cut alcohol entirely. Not that I was drinking a lot of alcohol, but with end of year celebrations, I did have some alcohol, and also reducing on the vegetables and the fruits. So finally, when arrived February, I went all in for carnivore. And that was very easy because I didn't have the sugar cravings. My blood sugar levels were quite steady. And so, yeah, I didn't fancy all those foods. Now, there are many interpretations to the carnivore diet. On one extreme, you've got the lion diet, which Michaela Patterson is a big fan of. And basically, it's eating 3 ingredients: beef, salt, and water. And then on the other end of the spectrum, in what is still carnivore diet, you've got those who eat animal products, but also honey and fruits. And that's more the Paul Saladino way. And here is what I eat in a day. I always start the day with the same breakfast. Super easy for me. 8 o'clock, I have a pot of plain cottage cheese, which brings me 30 grams of protein, but also 10 grams of carbohydrates. It fills me for the whole morning, even when I do a long run. Sometimes when I start working, I feel like having a decaf, just because of the warmth and to have like something to smells nice. Then I have lunch at 12 o'clock. I try to have the same lunch every day so that I don't have to think too much about it. I have 150 to 200 grams of beef patty and 50 to 60 grams of cheese. That's it. This is my go-to lunch because it's very easy to do. 5 minutes in the air fryer, quick and simple. Sometimes I have another decaf. And when I say decaf, it's 150 ml. Then I have a snack, usually around 2 or 3 o'clock. I really feel like something crunchy in the afternoon, and I found the perfect crunch stuff. Love them. I have 1 bag of these every single afternoon. Again, for simplicity and because it's variety. And to be honest, it's pretty much the only processed food that I have because I try to stand away from ham and saucisson and all that. And we know that processed food is not really good for us. And then dinner between 6 and 7:30, depends on the days, depend on the clubs that my son has, depends if I'm willing to cook something or not. But I'll always make sure we have finished by 8 so that I leave a 12-hour windows between dinner and breakfast so that my body can rest and digest and repair and do everything it has to do, but not digestion. And basically, I would cook anything that I fancy or my family fancy, from roast chicken, steak, salmon, prawns, pork ribs, pulled pork, you name it, I would do it. And that's it. That's basically my formula for the day. In terms of nutrition, I try to make sure that I stick to between 1,600 and 1,800 calories per day minimum, about 20 grams of carbs or less, about 110 grams of proteins and 140 grams of fats. To make sure that I was reaching my macros, I make sure the whole month of January I was tracking my food so that I know exactly what a certain amount of protein look like in a day, how I feel, what it looks like on a plate. I still weigh my food just to make sure that I have the proper amount of food. I don't no longer track my calories or my macros. I will in the future because as my weight will drop, my macro will need to change. So as you can see, I'm eating quite a variety of food in this carnivore diet. Many people choose not to eat dairy, whether it's a preference because they can't digest it or because they just prefer not to eat dairy. For me, I choose dairy because I can digest it well, because I'm still losing weight, I feel well, and also it provides me with a lot of fat. At the moment, I don't really enjoy the fat from the meat, so I need to find something in transition. Also, I add condiments. And by condiments, I mean something that are not technically carnivore, but I add to just variety because I enjoy them and because, if I want to stick to the long term, I have to enjoy it. So that means I would add pepper. I would add some dried herbs or some steak seasoning or sometimes mayo or sometimes ketchup, just a tiny bit, it doesn't have to be like a massive amount. It's just like to give me some fantasy, to get me going. And it's really condiment, as in minimal. Oh, I forgot about mustard. Love mustard. Strong, my mustard, the Dijon mustard. Love it. If I cook some roast garlic or if there is some onion or an olive, I would have some. So minimal, some extra nutrients. When I have salmon, I would squeeze some lemon and get a bit of a juice. And it's not because I'm afraid of scurvy and lacking vitamin C. It's just because it's great. It makes life and food so much more enjoyable. If I go to a restaurant and I would order a meat because I'm more of a meat person than a fish person, and there is a sauce, then I would have it. So sometimes it's béarnaise or peppercorn. Fine, it's pretty much carnivore. But like this weekend, I went and had, I think it was shallots and wine, and I'm sure there was sugar in it. And I had it. I enjoyed it. So yeah, just to summarize, I'm 99% carnivore, and the 1% which is not, it's because of the condiments. And I'm doing that because I want to stick to carnivore for the long term. I am feeling so much better. And there is one more thing that I do, and which is essential, is the amount of water that I drink. I drink a minimum of 3 liters of water, which is like twice my pink bottle. Here you can have the review. But I also add electrolytes, which is something essential when you're on the carnivore diet. And soon I'll do a video about electrolyte, which you can check on here. Electrolytes are essential when you're on a carnivore diet. They're also essential when you're using certain type of filtering mechanism for your water and when you exercise. If you're curious about the carnivore diet and would like to give it a try, then those 4 pieces of advice, and really do that in that order. First, make sure that you drink enough water, not only before starting the carnivore diet, but during, at least 3 liters. You don't want to become constipated on the carnivore diet. That would be absolutely horrible. Secondly, you need to add electrolytes. I know there are many electrolytes. The big one at the moment is LMNT, which I absolutely love, but there is sweetness in it, and that's when I'm not using it. I use Elite, which is for sports people. Thirdly, it's super easy while on the carnivore diet not to eat sufficiently. The power of satiety of meat and fat is unbelievable. So please do track your food and do eat enough. Otherwise, you will mess up with your metabolism, you will mess up with your hormones, and you will become part of the big group of people who said carnivore diet screwed my health. What I use to track my macro is use an app called Carb Manager. It's amazing, it's free, you can enter your recipes or you scan the barcode, and super easy. And make sure you eat at least 70 to 80% fat in terms of calories, and then the rest of protein. It's really essential, which takes me to my 4th and last point. Make sure you add fat, saturated fat to your diet. And without this cholesterol, you won't be able to produce a certain amount of hormones: estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, cortisol, and so on. This all needs fats. Honestly, going on a chicken breast diet for a while and you will see how hungry you are and how unwell you will feel. So that's my 4 recommendations if you want to give a try to the carnivore diet. But if you want something a bit more consistent, I would recommend The Complete Carnivore Diet for Beginners by Judy Shaw. I think anyone who wants to understand what it is about the carnivore diet and why it's important to eat meat, start with this book. Very simple, very well explained, even some recipes at the end of some menu plan. It's one of the best books on carnivore that I've read. And you may ask, do I miss vegetable?
No.
Mm-mm. Do I miss fruit?
No.
Do I miss sweets?
No.
What happened when, I smell some really good cooking? Because I still bake bread, I really enjoy the smell, and that's it. I don't crave these foods anymore. I'm not attracted to them. I just feel good in myself, in my body, and yeah, I don't fancy them. If I was not on this challenge, I may eat them or not. I just don't have any cravings anymore. I just don't fancy that anymore. So yes, it can look boring from the outside to have the same food over and over again, but I know that I nourish my body. I know I give my body the best nutrients possible, and I feel on top of the world. So why would I change? Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment down below if you've done carnivore, are intrigued about carnivore, or have any question at all. I would love to answer your question. If you've enjoyed this episode, perhaps you would enjoy this one or that one, or perhaps you can like this video, and perhaps you would like to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Well, until next time, bye!